नारायणः ब्रह्मा नारायणः शिवश्च नारायणः शक्रश्च नारायणः यावा पृथिव्यौ च नारायणः कालश्च नारायणः दिशश्च नारायणः ऊर्ध्वश्च नारायणः अधश्च नारायणः अन्तर्बहिश्च नारायणः नारायण एवेदकं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं निष्कलो निरञ्जनो निर्विकल्पो निराख्यातः शुद्धो देव एको नारायणः न द्वितीयोऽस्ति कश्चित् य एवं वेद स विष्णुरेव भवति स विष्णुरेव भवति ओमित्यग्रे व्याहरेत् नम इति पश्चात् नारायणायेत्युपरिष्टात् ओमित्येकाक्षरं नम इति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्चाक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदं यो वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदमद्येति अनपब्रवत् सर्वमायुरेति अनपब्रवत् सर्वमायुरेति विन्दते प्राजापत्यकं रायस्पोषं गौपत्यं ततो मृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं वेद प्रत्यगानन्दं ब्रह्म पुरुषं प्रणवस्वरूपम् अकार उकारमकार इति तानेकदा समभरतदेतदोमिति यमुक्त्वा मुच्यते योगी जन्म संसार बन्धनात् ॐ नमो नारायणायेति मन्त्रोपासकः वैकुण्ठभुवनलोकं गमिष्यति तदिदं परं पुण्डरीकं विज्ञानगणं तस्मात् तदिदावन्मात्रं ब्रह्मण्यो देवकी पुत्रो ब्रह्मण्यो मधुसूदनो सर्वभूतस्थमेकं नारायणं कारणरूपमकार परब्रह्म एतदतरवशिरो योदीते प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापं नाशयति सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति माद्यन्दिनमादित्या विमुखो दीयान पञ्चपादकोपपादकात् प्रमुच्यते सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यं लभते नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति श्रीमन्नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावह तां महावह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं कामश्वं पुरुषानः अश्वपूर्वामृतमध्याम् हस्तिनादप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपह्वये शीर्मा देवी जुषतां कांसोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारामार्द्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियं चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीमीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वां आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽधि जातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोत बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तु मायान्त रायाश्च भाग्या अलक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देव सकः कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिवृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमधुवृद्धिं च सर्वां निर्णदमे गृहात् गन्धद्वारान्दुरादर्शां नित्यपुष्टां करेशिणीं ईश्वरीगं सर्वभूतानां ताम्योपह्वये श्रियम् मनसः काममाकूतिं वाचः सत्यमशीमहि पशूनां रूपमन्नस्य मयि शीर्षयतां यशः कर्तमेन प्रजा भूता मयि सम्भव कर्तम श्रियं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनीम् आपसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतमस मे गृहे निजदेवी मातरः श्रियं वासय मे कुले आर्द्रां पुष्करिणीं पुष्टिं सुवर्णां हेममालिनीं सूर्यां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जात जातवेदो महावह आर्द्रां यकर्णीं यष्टिं पिंगलां पद्ममालिनीं चंद्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावह ता महावह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्योश्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानः महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् दामोदराय विद्महे रुक्मिणी वल्लभाय धीमहि तन्न श्रीकृष्णः प्रचोदयात् साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। रमादेवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी देवताभ्यो नमः। पंचामृत प्रोक्षण अभिषेकं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक स्नानं समर्पयामि अथ षोडश उपचार पूजा इमं वस्त्राणि पीवसा वसादे विभोरचिद्रामन्दो सर्गाः अवातेरतमृतानि विश्वा वरुणाक्षदेदे वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापतेर्यत् सहजं पुरस्तात् आयुष्यमुग्रमं प्रतिमुञ्च शुभ्रं यज्ञोपवीतं बलम् अस्तु तेजः यज्ञोपवीतं समर्पयामि हरिद्रा कुङ्कुमचूर्णं समर्पयामि निर्माल्य गन्धान् धारयामि नानाविध परिमलपत्र पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि सर्वोपचारान् समर्पयामि अथ पत्र पूजा ओम त्रिदलं त्रिगुणाकारं त्रिनेचं च त्रयायुधं त्रिजन्म पाप संहारं एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणं त्रिशाके बिल्वपत्रे च अच्छिद्रैर्कोमलैः शुभैः तव पूजां करिष्यामि एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणं दर्शनं बिल्ववृक्षस्य स्पर्शनं पापनाशनम् अघोरपापसंहारम् एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणम् अज्ञानेन कृतं पापं ज्ञानेनैव कृतं च यत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यमानार्थ एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणम् काशी क्षेत्र निवासं च कालभैरव दर्शनं प्रयागे माधवं दृष्ट्वा एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणम् एकैकबिल्वपत्रेण कोटि यज्ञफलं लभेत महादेवेन पूजार्थम् एकबिल्वं शिवार्पणम्। रमादेवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। स बिल्वदलपत्राणि समर्पयामि नानाविध परिमळ पत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि अथ अंगपूजान् समर्पयामि। अंगपूजानन्तरं यथाशक्ति अष्टोत्तर शतनाम पूजां च करिष्ये। I am going to read the 108 names of Sri Satyanarayana Swami. When I'm doing that, for every 10 names of Sri Satyanarayana Swami, I'm going to show my hand like this. All of you in unison will say, Om Namo Narayanaya. Okay, so in that way we are also participating. You are also participating. We are all participating. Okay. Either flower petals or the Om Shri Satyadevaaya Namaha. Om Satyatmane Namaha. Om Satyabhutaya Namaha. Om Satyapurushaya Namaha. Om Satyanathaya Namaha. Om Satyasakshine Namaha. Om Satyayogaya Namaha. Om Satyagnanaya Namaha. Om Satyagnanapriyaya Namaha. Om Satyanidaye Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Satyasambhavaya Namaha. Om Satyaprabhave Namaha. Om Satyeshwaraya Namaha. Om Satyakarmane Namaha. Om Satyapavitraya Namaha. Om Satyamangalaya Namaha. Om Satyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Satyaprajapataye Namaha. Om Satyavikramaya Namaha. Om Satyasiddhaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Satyachitaya Namaha. Om सत्यवीराय नमः ओम सत्यबोधाय नमः ओम सत्यधर्माय नमः ओम सत्याग्रजाय नमः ओम सत्यसंतुष्टाय नमः ओम सत्यवराहाय नमः ओम सत्यपारायणाय नमः ओम सत्यपूर्णाय नमः ओम सत्य औषधाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यशाश्वताय नमः ओम सत्यप्रवर्धनाय नमः ओम सत्यविभवे नमः ओम सत्यज्येष्ठाय नमः ओम सत्यश्रेष्ठाय नमः ओम सत्यविक्रमणे नमः ओम सत्यधन्विने नमः ओम सत्यमेधाय नमः ओम सत्याधीशाय नमः ओम सत्यक्रतवे नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यकलाय नमः ओम सत्यवत्सलाय नमः ओम सत्यवसवे नमः ओम सत्यमेघाय नमः ओम सत्यरुद्राय नमः ओम सत्यब्रह्मणे नमः ओम सत्यामृताय नमः ओम सत्यवेदांगाय नमः ओम सत्यचतुरात्मने नमः ओम सत्यभोक्त्रे नमः ओम नमो ओम सत्यशुचये नमः ओम सत्यार्चिताय नमः ओम सत्येन्द्राय नमः ओम सत्यसंगराय नमः ओम सत्यस्वर्गाय नमः ओम सत्यनियमाय नमः ओम सत्यमेधाय नमः ओम सत्यवेद्याय नमः ओम सत्यपीयूषाय नमः ओम सत्यमायाय नमः ओम सत्यमोहाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यसुरानंदाय नमः ओम सत्यसागराय नमः ओम सत्यतपसे नमः ओम सत्यसिंहाय नमः ओम सत्यमृगाय नमः ओम सत्यलोकपालकाय नमः ओम सत्यस्थिताय नमः ओम सत्यौषधाय नमः ओम सत्यदिक्पालकाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यधनुर्धराय नमः ओम सत्याम्बुजाय नमः ओम सत्यवाक्याय नमः ओम सत्यगुरवे नमः ओम सत्यन्यायाय नमः ओम सत्यसाक्षिणे नमः ओम सत्यसंवृताय नमः ओम सत्यसंपद्राय नमः ओम सत्यवह्नये नमः ओम सत्यवायवे नमः ओम सत्यशिखराय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यानंदाय नमः ओम सत्यादिराजाय नमः ओम सत्यश्रीपादाय नमः ओम सत्यगुह्याय नमः ओम सत्य उदराय नमः ओम सत्यहृदयाय नमः ओम सत्यक्रमणाय नमः ओम सत्यनाराय नमः ओम सत्यहस्ताय नमः ओम सत्यबाहवे नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यमुखाय नमः ओम सत्यजिह्वाय नमः ओम सत्यदंशाय नमः ओम सत्यनाशिकाय नमः ओम सत्यश्रोत्राय नमः ओम सत्यचक्षुषे नमः ओम सत्यशिरसे नमः ओम सत्यमुकुटाय नमः ओम सत्याम्बराय नमः ओम सत्याभरणाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम सत्यायुधाय नमः ओम सत्यश्रीवल्लभाय नमः ओम सत्यगुप्ताय नमः ओम सत्यपुष्कराय नमः ओम सत्यदृढाय नमः ओम सत्यभामावतारकाय नमः ओम सत्यग्रहरूपिणे नमः ओम श्री सत्यप्रहरणायुधाय नमः ओम श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी देवताभ्यो नमो नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम महालक्ष्मी देवताभ्यो नमः अष्टोत्तर षोडश नाम पूजांच करिष्ये ओम प्रकृत्यै नमः ओम विकृत्यै नमः ओम विद्यायै नमः ओम सर्वभूतहितप्रदायै नमः ओम श्रद्धायै नमः ओम सुरभ्यै नमः ओम परमात्मिकायै नमः वाचे नमः ओम पद्मालयायै नमः ओम पद्मायै नमः ओम स्वाहायै नमः ओम सुधायै नमः ओम धन्यायै नमः ओम हिरण्मयै नमः ओम नित्यपुष्टायै नमः ओम विभावट्यै नमः ओम आदित्यै नमो नमः महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् वाग्देव्यै च विद्महे ब्रह्मपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नः सरस्वती प्रचोदयात् दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती देवताभ्यो नमः नवरात्रि महोत्सव समये रमा देवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी पूजा समये प्रार्थनां समर्पयामि या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गा रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तेस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला
या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पार्थ सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापः हरिः ओं तत्सत् अष्टोत्तर शतनाम पूजानन्तरं दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती देवता प्रार्थनान् समर्पयामि। ओम वनस्पतिर्भवद्दिव्ये नानागन्धैः समिदम् आग्नेय सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यतां दूर्वसि दूर्वदूर्वन्तं योऽस्मात् दूर्वसितं वयं दूर्वामस्मिन् देवानामसि धूपमाग्रापयामि। ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमो नमः। धूपमाग्रापयामि धूपानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि अक्षतान् समर्पयामि अथ नैवेद्यम्। Now we are almost at the last part of the puja. Imagine if anybody comes to your house, you welcome them, ask them to have a seat, then show them for the water, give them some refreshments, and then the next major part of the whole guest that they are going to come there is the dinner or the lunch that you serve. So we have a special prasad for Sri Satyanarayana Swami. All of you put your hands together, close your eyes, and imagine that Sri Satyanarayana Swami is in front of you and you are giving him the prasadam from your own hand. And this is the symbol that we use for offering the prasad for Satyanarayana Swami. Jai Shri. Om Bhurvuvasvaha. भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् देवसवितप्रसोव वृतन्त्वा सत्येन परिषिञ्चामि कामधेनु स्मरामि चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणात् वायुरजायत अमृतमस्तु अमृतोपस्तरणमसि स्वाहा ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ अपानाय स्वाहा ॐ व्यानाय स्वाहा ॐ उदानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणि रमादेवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। संध्या काले पूजा समये महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ओम ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। रमादेवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः। आवाहितानां देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। संध्या काले पूजा समये कदनी फलानि निवेदयामि नारंगी अमृत फलानि निवेदयामि केशमीर फलानि निवेदयामि सपाद भक्ष्याणि निवेदयामि पंचामृतं निवेदयामि भक्ष्य भोजानि निवेदयामि मध्ये मध्ये आचमनीयं समर्पयामि उत्तरापोषणं समर्पयामि हस्तप्रक्षान् समर्पयामि पादप्रक्षान् समर्पयामि पुनराचमनीयं समर्पयामि सुवर्णपुष्पं समर्पयामि।
पूगीफलसमायुक्तं नागवल्लीदलेजितं कर्पूरचूर्णसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृह्यतां पूगीफल ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमो नमः. ॐ सोमवाहेतस्य राज्यमादस्ते यो राजा संराज्यो वा सोमेन यजते देवस्वामित्तानि हविगुंशिभवन्ति एतावन्तो वै देवानागुंशवाः स एवास्मै सभां प्रयच्छन्ते तयेनं पुनस्सुवन्ते राज्याय देवसु राजा भवति. आवाहितानां देवताभ्यो नमः. सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः. भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबाय नमः. सर्वदेवताभ्यो नमो नमः. कर्पूर नीराजनं दर्शयामि राजाधिराजाय प्रसख्य साइने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः. प्रार्थनां समर्पयामि कर्पूरनीराजनं दर्शयामि. जय बोलो रमादेवी समेत श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी भगवान की. So we are at the last part of the Sri Satyanarayana Swami Puja, which is the Sri Satyanarayana Swami Katha, and it is also called as the Vrata Katha. So before we start the Katha, we will have a Sri Krishna Bhajan, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, and it will end with Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. It is appropriate for this Satyanarayana Swami. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhukaitavare Bhaktanukampin Bhagavan Murare Trayasvamam Keshavalokanatha Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Srinath Narayana Vasudeva 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 Srinath Narayana Vasud
यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे। Beautiful day, beautiful environment, nice weather. You all look so happy today. And, it's my pleasure. I've been honored to have this puja at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Nobody can ask anything more than this. And thanks to all of you for participating in this special occasion. So in the next 3 hours, I thought when you all started clapping, there was some good sign of extension of the time. So the next about 15 minutes, I will be narrating the Sri Satyanarayana Swami Vrata Katha. Normally what they do is they take a printout and give it to the Yajaman to read that. And you all know, Mr. Bhatt knows how to play the conch, and he comes from the lineage of the Shankar Pingala Shamsha Gotra. So that's he was born with the conch, Panchajanya Bhagavan Krishna. So he has the lowest tone to say something or read something. But is that right? Can I say that? Yeah, I got to ask her, not you. Okay, so instead of somebody reading the Satyanarayana Swami Katha with the lowest tone, I normally would like to narrate the story so all of you will get the message. There are 5 chapters of Sri Satyanarayana Swami Katha. The first chapter is the introductory chapter. In that they say there was a book called as Skanda Purana. And in Skanda Purana, the chapter we are going to discuss today is coming from Reva Kanda. And in the Reva Kanda, Suta Maharshi is the one who is narrating the story. Suta Maharshi was known as the walking encyclopedia those days. If you go and ask him anything, he would be glad to explain. And he is explaining the power and the legendary aspect, the legacy and the importance of the purpose of the puja, Sri Satyanarayana Swami Puja. He was saying that there was a place called as Naimisha Aranya in northern India in the province of Uttar Pradesh, UP. And there they had a forest range between Lucknow and Kanpur. That is the forest range where they chose by a sage called as Sanaka Muni, Sanaka or Sanakadi, and the group of sages, they got together. This place, Naimisha Aranya, was chosen by Brahmaji. In the Srimad Bhagavatam they explained that, saying that Brahmaji said, this is the place where they can do 3 things, is yajna, dana and tapas. These are the 3 things that is the gateway to the heaven. Then they said, now if you want to achieve moksha, you have to pray to God. So Sanaka Muni and the sages got together and they said, what can we do better as a prayer? And they set up the Havan and they started doing the yajna after yajna. The sacrifice was going on. The Havan, in that they say, Om Pranaya Swaha, Pranaya Idanna Mama, Apanaya Swaha, Apanaya Idanna Mama, Na Mama, nothing is ours, it's all yours, Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. But they did not see the peace and happiness. Only thing they were looking for was the Loka Kalyana. Peace and happiness for the entire universe. We used to say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, then it was transformed into Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. It's not just the Bhuloka, it's like Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Gumsuvaha, Om Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha. All the lokas, let there be peace and happiness. But there was no peace and happiness. What happened in the last 3 weeks? We have been struggling to reconcile and comprehend what exactly is going on with all the hurricanes and the earthquakes and so on and so forth. Sanakamuni said it was not the same those days. It was almost the same. Everywhere there was a calamity. Earthquakes, hurricanes, rains, floods, volcano explosion. On the top of that, wars between people with all the 6 enemies that each one has. So Sanakamuni said, enough is enough, let's pray to Bhagavan Vishnu. Who is Bhagavan Vishnu? We always say he is the protector, creator, protector and destroyer. I want to make it easy for all the SSC kids and the Balavikas and the growing up kids. The word G-O-D stands for the trinity of generator, operator and destroyer, creator, protector and destroyer, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. When they looked at Bhagavan Vishnu and spoke to him with a small prayer saying, what else we need to do? Bhagavan Vishnu appeared in front of him in the form of Naradji. He sent his messenger Narada Muni. The picture that we have here is not just Satyanarayana Swami picture. It is called as the Sri Satyanarayana Swami Katha picture. All the 5 chapters that I am going to narrate now is explained in this picture. Naradji is standing there. He came down to Bhuloka. When he spoke to Sanakamuni, he was completely shocked and surprised. Why? Because in Bhuloka, how do we pray and when do we pray? Whenever we want something, we go to the Lord, hold our hands together, please give me this, please give me that, give me, right? When Naradji came to know that Sanaka Muni and the sages were praying for the entire universe, he said, I have never seen anybody praying for others. So give me some time, I will go back to Bhagavan Vishnu and check with him what else you need to do. So, now Naradji is back to Vaikuntha. How does Naradji walk around? He always hold his hand and he say, Narayana, Narayana. He went in front of Bhagavan Vishnu and Bhagavan Vishnu said, yes, you said it correct. I am Narayana. Who is Narayana? The word Narayana has Nara, human being. Ayana means such a person who is transformed into godly qualities. Ayana means transformation, transportation, movement, going from one point to another, point A to point B, reaching the goal to become godliness. That is called as Ayana. So he said, whoever saw Nara, Ayana, Narayana, and worship me on a full moon day or nearer to full moon day, whenever they want to show the attitude of gratitude, assemble people and sing the glory of the Lord and prepare a special prasadam called as the Sapada Bhakshya. In Sanskrit, Sapada Bhakshya. That food which is offered at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, so on and so forth. He gave all the description and he whispered 2 things in the ears of Narada. He said, whoever so perform the puja with bhava and bhakti. Bhava is the intention and bhakti is the devotion, should go together. That is the time you will have the puja done with fulfillment of all your dreams, desires and wishes come true. Ishtakamyartha siddhirastu tathastu. And one of my friends used to say, you always should have the intentions must be always good. Otherwise you will be in tension. So you should not be in tension. So, do me a favor, laugh whenever it is necessary. You all look so preoccupied and you all look so serious. I know you all look so colorful, but at the same time your mind is all over the place. So another 3 hours, is it 3 hours? No, another 15 minutes of bear with me and give me your feedback in the form of laughter or something. I'm asking you for that, right? So no tension. You should have the good intentions and your devotion should merge together. Naradji asked one question. Who is Nara and who is Narayana? And Bhagavan Vishnu said, Nara is always getting and forgetting. Narayana is the godly quality which is always giving and forgiving. So Naradji came back to Bhuloka, spoke to Sanakamuni in Naimisha Aranya. They all gathered and performed Sri Satyanarayana Swami Puja, praising and invoking the presence of Lord Vishnu, and they saw everyone so happy. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, ishtakamyartha siddhirastu, tathastu. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, everything was granted just because of one puja Sanakamuni did.
bhava and bhakti. Now we are into chapter 2. They are giving two examples in the chapter 2. The first example is of a brahmana. Whenever we hear the word Brahman, we add the letter G as a respect. Brahmanji, Guruji, Swamiji, Panditji, so on and so forth, right? So this Brahmana was very special. He's not like a Brahmana easy to describe in the Telugu language. They say that the Brahmana is always three things, is Juttu, Pottu and Pattu. So I added one word, the Patte. Patte is the vibhuti that we wear. That is not the Brahmana they are talking about. The Brahmana is sitting on the right hand corner, and he is the one who always said CIA, constant integrated awareness that there is nothing other than Brahman himself, the creator. So, Brahman janati iti brahmanaha. Such a person who sees everything as Brahman. Aham brahmasmi tattvamasi. This Brahmana, incidentally, he was poor. In one of the katha they said he was not just poor, he was also old. So this Brahmana cannot be young, cannot be rich. That is the time we will have the CIA to think of Bhagavan Brahman all the time. So how was he living? He used to take a bowl and go to different houses and ask for Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Bhiksha. He was asking for food. A day came when he stood in the middle and he said, looked up and he said, Bhagavan Vishnu, ekabar kshama karo, please forgive me. If I did anything wrong, this is the time for you to forgive me. Consider my prayer. Let me have my own food. What am I doing as a Brahman? I'm supposed to feed others. So guess what? Bhagavan Vishnu appeared right in front of him just because of that one prayer. He appeared in the form of another poor old Brahman, and he was holding his hand like this as a Brahmanji. Why don't you perform Sri Satyanarayana Swami Puja? All your dreams and desires and wishes come true. Ishtakamyartha siddhirastu tatastu. And he disappeared. This happened in Kashi, right? So this Brahmana, he knew about Satyanarayana Swami Puja, but due to these circumstances, he did not even have time to think about Satyanarayana Swami Puja. He is worried about the food that he is collecting. He said, enough is enough. I got the answer. I will surrender to the Lord. And he goes to the altar, held his hand like this, and he said, tomorrow is Purnima, full moon day. I am going to perform Sri Satyanarayana Swami Puja, no matter what. And he also came up with a special pledge, saying that whatever he collect in the bhiksha, the next day is all offered for this puja. As usual, when he went for bhiksha, he collected 10 times more than what he can get. How did that happen? You all know that. You take one step towards the Lord, Lord will come in, multiplied by 10. And he got everything, so much of samagri. He did only puja first time, and second time he had more, second time multiplied by 10, 10, 10. He was already sitting in a nicer house, bigger family, and he did not even know people were already lining up in his house for the prasad. A Brahmana who was asking for food is now feeding others. So when we do the arati, the host family, we have the Satyanarayana Swami Katha in the form of a small arati. All the 5 chapters are explained. In that it says, Pragata Baye Kali Karana Dvaj Godar Sadiyo Buddha Brahman Bankar Kanchan Mahalakiyo Om Jaya Lakshmi Ramana. This Brahmana was sitting and performing the puja. He did not even realize that he was sitting in a golden palace. What is the golden palace we are talking about? A poor man with rich heart himself was the golden palace. So that is the first example. The second example they are giving is that he used to be a woodcutter. This woodcutter goes to the jungle. Only thing he knew was the process of the 3 W's. Work, considered as worship, becomes wisdom. The 3 W's. He used to come home, bring the money that he collected by selling the firewood, and he will leave it at the altar, and only thing he will say is, Narayana yeti samarpayami. You gave it to me, I'm giving it back to you. I will use only for the purpose what I need to use. This woodcutter was coming home one day,
and he could not bear the thirst, and he looked around, and there was a door wide open, and it was somebody's house. He walked into that house. When he went inside, that was the Brahmanji's house, and what was Brahmanji doing? He was performing a beautiful Satyanarayana Swami puja. This woodcutter stood all the way in the back. Instead of asking for water and disturbing others, he also joined, and Sri Krishna Govinda is singing the glory of the Lord. Puja finished. He comes straight to Brahmanji and he said, I don't know what puja you are doing. I am so excited. Can you come and do the same puja in my house tomorrow? No more wait on this. Forget about the water. In Sanskrit, we say always the word trishna for the thirst that we have. In many languages they say trishna. This woodcutter had trishna for Krishna that day. That's how he ended up in the Brahmanji's house, and he's already getting ready for the Satyanarayana Swami puja. He also came up with the same kind of pledge, saying that whatever the money he's going to earn in selling the firewood, he's all dedicated for this puja. Just because of one pledge, he also got 10 times more than what he can get. And he also performed only one puja with complete bhava and bhakti, ocean of devotion. Deep ocean is called the devotion. And he offered the whole thing, the awareness that Bhagavan Vishnu was listening to his prayers. He did not build a golden palace, he did not do anything much, but when he left his physical body, he ended up in Vaikuntha itself at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Chapter 3 and 4 are together. In chapter 3, they are giving a different kind of example. There used to be a Maharaja by name Ulkamukha. Ulkamukha Maharaja always prayed for a wonderful son in his family because he wanted to hand over the kingdom. He did the Satyanarayana Swami puja. By performing Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja, he was blessed with a wonderful son. In the same place, there was a merchant family. This merchant was always so good, and he knew Maharaja Ulkamukha so personally. He was always going to him, contact him for all the details. A day came when this merchant wanted to talk to Maharaja. When he went there, Maharaja Ulkamukha was performing Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja at the bank of the river Ganges. So this merchant, he did not have any questions. He wanted to know what this puja was, and he also started writing down. He was so excited inside because he and his wife Leelavati always prayed for a child in the family. So he literally came home running and he said, hey Leelavati, Leelavati, hey, what happened? He said, I found the answer. Maharaja was performing Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja. It seems he also had a son by performing the puja. So what did Leelavati say? Like the Brahman and like the woodcutter, Leelavati said, why don't we perform the Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja tomorrow? Maybe with his grace we will be blessed with a child in the family. So the merchant changed his mind. Instantaneous, the ego came through and he said, hey, that's not the way it works. If we have a child, then we will perform Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja. So it's a conditional statement. Bhagavan Vishnu up there, always giving and forgiving. He just finished the sentence when he said that. Exactly 9 months later, Leelavati delivered a beautiful baby girl and they gave the name Kalavati. So what happens when the child is born in the family? You have to take the child for the SSC classes on Sunday. Otherwise, Sister Nalina is going to pick up the phone and call. And we have the bhajan coordinator, Sister Challama will say, hey, where is your child? And there is music classes going on. On the top of that, other activities, swimming and synchronizing and basketball. Ashwin, forget it, he is pharmacy, all those things going on. So they did not have time for Satyanarayana Swami puja, period. That's it. So time flew. A day came when Leelavati said, you promised that you were going to perform Sri Satyanarayana Swami puja. What happened to that? So merchant said, yes, I do remember. Okay, give me a few days. Let's talk to Kalavati. She has a very tight schedule. We got to check her calendar.